Hello, best friend, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having the most incredible day. This is the first time that you're watching my channel. My name is Sebastian, and I welcome you all with open arms. I do pop culture videos every day, bitch. So if you're looking for a new messy bestie, you have found me. So why don't you grab a snack and a drink? Hit that subscribe button, best friend, because we got to talk about Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. Listen, we talked about this way back when it was happening, girl, and best friend, there was a lot of drama, but it quickly died down, bitch. I don't know if they did the Men in Black thing that we just forgot about it, but Sophie Turner just had an interview, girl, and I thought, you know what, girl, let's just revisit and let's talk about this. That was very messy for some time, girl. Joe Jonas was getting called out left and right, bitch. The Jonas Brothers fans, best friend, they're vicious. I was getting some really nasty ass comments, bitch. I was like, oh, girl, okay. But listen, I don't mind watching a Jonas Brothers concert, bitch, because they're selective of clothing. Gives a good eye full of things, if you know what I mean, bitch. Anyways, girl. So Sophie Turner sat down and did an interview. And actually, she said a lot of interesting things, best friend. So let's talk about this. So it says, Sophie Turner admits she hid her first pregnancy from former husband Joe Jonas and sought therapy after discovering she was pregnant while holidaying in Bali. The former Game of Thrones actress had just arrived at a retreat on the Indonesia island when a pregnancy test confirmed she was carrying their first child. Still only 23 years old and grappling, I don't know what the fuck that means, bitch, with the dual pressure of overnight fame and the intense spotlight placed on her relationship with a mainstream pop star, Turner, now 28 and a mother of two, says she was initially undecided about what she wanted to do, recalling her arrival at the Balinese retreat in 2019. She told the June edition of British Vogue, "It was my first day there and I was meeting my roommate for the first time. Before we settled down to chat, I told her that I just needed to go and take a pregnancy test. I took the test and was like, I'm pregnant. So nice to meet you." Um, Despite being miles from home and apart from Jonas, Turner admits she was fortunate to be where she was while she considered her future. Maybe because I was so young, I sat on it for a week, she said. Thankfully, there were therapists there to help me walk things through. I told my husband when I got back. Recalling the moment she told Jonas, of her pregnancy, she added, I remember throwing the pregnancy test at him saying, what do you think we should do? Do you think we should have it? When you're in your early 20s, life is so frivolous at that point. I really didn't know if I wanted to be a mother, but something changed in me that day. I just knew I had to have her. The couple subsequently welcomed their first child, daughter Willa, now 3 years old, in July 2020. Willa's younger sister, Delphine, arrived soon after, with Turner giving birth to her second child in July 2022. Because my ex and I travel so much, I wanted Willa to have a sibling, she explained. I wanted them to have each other. They're so much fun, totally girly girls, and absolute rays of sunshine in my life. The British actress who played Sansa Stark in HBO's hit fantasy series Game of Thrones and Jonas confirmed their end of their 4-year marriage in September. She reflected on the period after they released a joint statement saying the split was amicable and pleading for privacy for us and our children. Speaking to British Vogue about tabloid stories that speculated she and Jonas had different lifestyles, she said, those were the worst few days of my life. I remember I was on set. I was contracted to be on set for another 2 weeks, so I couldn't leave. My kids were in the United States, and I couldn't get to them because I had to finish the show. Joan. And all these articles started coming out. She added, it hurt because I really do completely torture myself over every move I make as a mother. Mom guilt is so real. I just kept saying to myself, none of this is true. You are a good mom and you've never been a partier. So if you guys don't know, the rumors were that she abandoned her children, that all she was doing is partying and drinking, that she didn't care about anything. So apparently, I mean, there was a lot of rumors alleging that he overheard her say something or her do something on a ring camera, and that's why they decided to split. There was also rumors that, he was just like the all-time good dad, and that he didn't know why she was always partying, and that, he needed to be there for their children. One thing that I will say, best friend, that I don't care what is going on in your relationship, but if you share children, at least for your child's sake, defend, their mother. Do you know what I mean? Because people are calling her an alcoholic. People are saying she was nonstop partying, and all she was doing is working and under contract, right? Obviously, girl, we don't know really the truth of the truth of the truth. But like, just for the children's sake, Joe could have been like, hey, she's working. Like, I don't get it. We've already planned this. She signed the contract months ago. She's working. I'm taking care of the kids. That's it. You can argue, of course, that, people are saying like, well, he was working too because he was on tour. Correct. But when you're on tour, maybe it's easier than when you have to be on set at 6 a.m. till like, the early hours of the next morning. When you're on tour, you get to have the whole day off, and then you put your kids to sleep in the hotel at 7 or, whatever time. The concert doesn't start till about 9-10. You perform for 2-3 hours, then you go back to the hotel. The kids are there, right? Now, the only annoying part is probably obviously the traveling, by bus or airplane, but at least you are there for 80% of their day. She is in another country. She is working, morning to night. It's a lot busier than 2-3 hours a day, in my opinion. But obviously a lot of people don't really believe Sophie Turner. They believe Joe Jonas. But I think that they've made a really good job at like taking it out of the public view, because, we really haven't heard from them in a very long time. So I think that actually they did a really, really good job by, kind of protecting, this transition in their lives. I just think that when you have children, the best thing you can do is, try and be as amicable and nice and respectful as possible, because we remember shit. You know what I mean? Like, we remember shit. Like, you think we're too young? You think we don't hear conversations? Like, girl, there are things that I remember till this day when I was like 4 years old. And I'm just like, girl, parents are figuring it out as they go, right? So I have a lot of, empathy, and I give parents a lot of grace, obviously. But obviously there's this thing where you know that at one point in their lives, these children are going to look at the headlines, and their father was nowhere in sight defending their mom, So what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. I hope that they find a nice middle ground, and I hope that they find peace within their family. And I love you all so much. What do you guys think? Let a bitch know in the comments below. I love you all. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.